Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this video about these UFO crashes that happened before they ever told us about Roswell. Also had this video of this strange light flying around in the clouds up in Northern California. Let's see, I think this was already in the mainstream media, but it's about this photograph taken by the Chinese Rover of this strange cube on the moon. Let's see, this is an old video of this English guy, this Lord Hill Norton, but he talks about why he thinks the government, covered up the UFO information, and also found this video about this, the Tabby star, which is that star that's illumination is acting strange, unlike what should happen when another planet passes in front of the star. Anyways, let's see. Found this location here with this strange symbol in the ground. I'm not too sure if this is like current, but this is in New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere. Check that out. Also have this video of Jaime Maussan talking about these hikers who have seen these strange beings around this volcano, Popocatépetl. I'm not too sure if I'm saying that properly. But anyways, they don't show any pictures, but at the end they do, have some pretty cool video of some UFOs flying around the volcano. Also found this clip of this scene from Easy Rider of Jack Nicholson talking about UFOs, and after I watched it, I'm wondering if it was scripted or if it was like improvised. Anyways, we'll check that out. And then last, let's see, is this video of some strangeness going on with the land here. I think this is kind of old, but it was just recently, posted up here on Reddit, so I thought I'd show it to you. But the ground here just pops up out of the water. Pretty strange. We'll check that out. Anyways, let's go to this video here. Now, this one I don't think I can play too much of it, but it's got some really cool images. But essentially, it's talking about all of these different crashes that happened before they ever told us about Roswell, and it's got some interesting photos here. 1897 crash. This is the Aurora crash. Here's the one that was, I think, these guys had wrecked on a ship, and then, they saw a UFO crash in the water near them with some beings in them. I don't think that one's real. But, here's some of these other, I think this is in Germany. Now, here's the one that, was in like the 1800s.
Mysterious object and subsequent retrieval of very unusual debris. According to the journal, local rancher John Ellis and other locals witnessed a burning object similar to a meteor falling from the sky. The men rode their horses to the crash site in order to investigate the incident. When they arrived, they found a large number of incandescent objects strewn across the crash site. The objects were so hot and burned so bright that none of the men dared approach them. The ranchers resolved to come back the following day. When they returned, the men noticed the objects were, in fact, mechanical parts resembling gears, wheels and propeller blades. All of them appeared to have been made from an extremely light and durable metal. No bodies were found. Nobody knows what became of the wreckage.
Anyways, there's that. There's a bunch of them. So, it's obviously that, we've been seeing these crafts in our skies for a long time, and they're not necessarily perfect because they've been, they have been crashing. But for whatever reason, they've been keeping it quiet. Now, anyways, check this one out here. This is some strange light over Northern California.
I don't even know what to think about this. I've been looking out for it for a while.
Anyways, this thing does this for over 3 minutes. Let's go to this next video here. Now, this one I think is in Italian. I'm not too sure. But, he's talking about this photo here taken by China's Chang 3, the moon. Look at that thing.
Appunto, questo oggetto rettangolare nero che ovviamente nessuno conosce le dimensioni di questo oggetto.
Anyways, there's that. If you want to watch it, I can't understand what he's saying. Link will be in the description. Let's see. This is about this English guy, this Lord Hill Norton, talking about why he thinks there's a cover-up. And then, whatever. Listen to what this guy has to say.
Why I think there is a cover-up, or what the reasons may be for governments wishing to cover up the facts about UFOs. And a number of explanations have often been put forward, of which the most frequent and perhaps the most plausible is that the governments concerned, which are primarily that of the United States and that of my own country, believe that if they told the truth, which is that there are objects in our atmosphere which are technically miles in advance of anything that we can deploy, that we have no means of stopping them coming here, and that we have no defense against them should they be hostile, that, I believe, is because governments fear that if they did disclose those facts, people would panic. People would rush about, jam the switchboard like they did on that famous day in New York when there was a spoof, Martians have landed. People will go mad and they'll jump up and down. I don't believe that at all. I've said so in print. I've said it in the foreword I wrote to one of Timothy Good's books.
Yep, he's right. People aren't going to freak out. I think, that's just an excuse that they use so they, don't have to reveal that information because here's the thing about with the petroleum. If they knew that there was another source of power where we didn't have to, pull up to a pump and, pay our labor to some company, we could just get into something and use the energy around us. Yeah, it's all about control. That's what it's really about. Anyways, this one here is about this Tabby star that they've been monitoring, and it's doing some strange things because generally, if there's a star, right, and a planet passes around, another round sphere planet passes in front of that star, then the star is going to dim slightly, and then on an orbit, regular orbit, it's going to do it on a routine basis. But something's going on because whatever planet is passing in front of that star isn't shaped like a sphere and isn't dimming and lighting on a regular basis as a planet in orbit should. But anyways, check this out.
But before we get to that, here's what the star has been doing lately in a nutshell. Last month, the star changed behavior somewhat and seemingly went into a sustained 1% dimming period. This is not characteristic of the star. It generally exhibits short-term, but often very deep dips. For example, in the Kepler data, the dips reached as much as 22%, but tended to only last for a few days or so. Instead, here, we have had a sustained plus or minus 1% dip that's lasted nearly a month. That also shows brief periods of recovery, including a current one. In a way, it's doing almost the opposite mirror image of what it usually does. This 1% dimming is noteworthy in another way. It's rather shallow. The dips in the star's brightness since it's been observed after the Kepler mission tend towards weaker and weaker dimming events. This might be consistent with a collisional model, such as colliding cold comets, as was first advanced by Dr. Boyajian in the early days of the story.
Anyways, as it goes on for 12 minutes. You can check it out. Link will be in the description. I wonder if they're witnessing the last dying gasps of a star that's kind of like, flickering out or something like that. Anyways, let's go to this location here in New Mexico. Check out this strangeness. That looks like a Lego block. I don't know what the heck's going on here, but this looks like writing or something. No, I don't know. No, those are some strange symbols. But look where this location is. here next to this city called Tatum, Highway 360. Oh, I lost it. But anyways, you know what? I'll find the location and I'll put a link to it. Anyways, let's go to this video here. Now, this one is about Jaime Maussan, and he's talking to some hikers that have seen some strange beings walking around this volcano, you know, with no equipment and things like that.
Diferentes que no traían equipo y seres que recorrían zonas que para los rescatistas tardaban 3 o 4 horas y ellos lo hacían en 5 o 10 minutos. Era algo impresionante.
Porque las huellas las dejaban y en la mañana es cuando las veíamos. En la noche veías, los llegabas a ver pasar. Normalmente iba uno, cruzaba y subía todo.
Yeah, you know, they talk about they found the footprints and they saw these people, but they don't show any photos of the whole thing. But you know what? In the end, they do have some cool videos of some crafts that are flying around this thing. Check this out.
Meses en una zona que sirvió durante décadas como mina para la extracción de azufre, ¿por qué no considerar que quizá este sitio sea vigilado, como aseguran los lugareños, por seres extraños que vengan de otros planetas y estén extrayendo algún tipo de mineral para emplearlo en sus naves o en general?
Anyways, that's that, you know. Come on, it's so obvious by this point that we've never been alone on this planet. Let's see. Anyways, here is this interesting clip of Jack Nicholson talking about UFOs. And again, like I said, when I was watching, I'm wondering, is this guy, like, is this scripted or is he just improvising?
And I saw it. That was a UFO beaming back at you. Me and Eric Heisman was down in Mexico 2 weeks ago. We seen 40 of them flying in formation. They have got bases all over the world now, you know. They've been coming here ever since 1946, when the scientists first started bouncing radar beams off of the moon. And they have been living and working among us in vast quantities ever since. The government knows all about them.
What are you talking, man?
Well, you just seen one of them, didn't you?
Hey, man, I saw something, man, but I didn't see it working here. You know what I mean?
They are people just like us from within our own solar system, except that their society is more highly evolved. I mean, they don't have no wars. They got no monetary system. They don't have any leaders because, I mean, each man is a leader. I mean, each man, because of their technology, they are able to feed, clothe, house, and transport themselves equally and with no effort.
Anyways, that's that. So check it out. You know, I think I'm about to rewatch this movie here. Anyways, to the last video, it's about some strangeness with this land. Check this out.
जमीन किस तरह उठने लग रही भाई ये देखो भाई जमीन उठने लग रही अपने आप ये देखो भाई नया तजुर्बा जमीन का अपने आप नया तजुर्बा मेरे भाई देखो भाई जो पीछे वाले करेंगे भाई ना भाई
Well, those guys don't seem too worried about that. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Links to this will also be in the description. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.